Hello, guys. This is Yash Avasthi. I am honored to serve as a founder and managing director at a data science company termed as AM Analytics, Enlightening the World. Our mission, enlightening the world, is scripted and encrypted within us and within our names. This video is about a particular thing which has been buzzing all around. What is it? It is Gujarat state elections. Yes, of course, there are elections in Himachal Pradesh as well. There have been elections in Delhi as well, in the NCD as well. But what worries in politics is actually Gujarat, because Gujarat has been the role model as a state, and the Prime Minister of the India, the ruling party, has always been imaged in terms of Gujarat. So that is where Gujarat stands very important and tall amongst these elections. As we do regularly, an introduction of ours is that we are a data science company which is backed by artificial intelligence and groomed by a machine learning to predict future in automation as part of our technology. And we do that through softwares, and we have been able to actually evaluate more than a quadrillion data points to come up with the data science predictions of Gujarat state 2022, Gujarat state elections 2022. And these elections actually took us beyond boundaries, stretched us actually more beyond our limits. And when we finally, when the day comes where we are able to disclose what the predictions were seat wise, we are quite honored and blessed to do that. So let us start with the data science predictions which we did. We measured each second of the speech made by leaders and personalities in Gujarat and all over India and even in the world, all across the globe. We measured each trip, we measured each word of the speech, we measured each second of the trips of people across all states, the personalities who are actually responsible in bringing that wave within Gujarat. We measured everything, and after measuring all of those factors, all of those data points, we have come up with amazing data science predictions which we are disclosing now. Before the results, let us start. So yes, yeah, here it is. So the data science predictions which we did that constituency wise, and through the data science we have received 99.99% accuracy for all the results. And with that accuracy, let us start with one important factor, which is Muslim factor. Where are the M votes going? Where are the Muslim votes going amongst parties within the Gujarat state elections? And the data science says that the majority of the Muslim votes are being captured within the receptacle of Congress. Yes, it's the INC which is going to take 46% of the Muslim votes alone in the Gujarat state elections. The Congress and the Congress leaders who are within the group of Congress are definitely going to reap rewards when it comes to Muslim votes in Gujarat. So Gujarat, the Muslims, out of each 100 of Muslims present in Gujarat, 46 are going to vote for Congress. And then the second most Muslim votes are actually going to the Aam Aadmi Party as per data science. We believe that with 99.99% accuracy, our data science suggests that Muslim votes are actually going to the Aam Aadmi Party, being the second highest after Congress, and the quantification of it is 40%. So 40% of the Muslim votes are going to the Aam Aadmi Party, 46% to Congress, and 10% to BJP. So the Muslim votes to an extent are going to BJP. They will go in a lesser amount, we all know that, but what will be the amount in quantification is what data science has told you. 10% of Muslim votes are going to BJP and 4% are going to others. Now within the 4% of bracket of Muslim votes, 2.4% of votes are going to AIMIM. So don't expect AIMIM to cut Muslim votes to a significant extent in Gujarat, because they are only getting 2.4% precisely out of the 4% of Muslim votes which are going to others apart from BJP, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. So these were the Muslim vote distribution amongst parties. And then we measured the face value of leaders. We are the first in the world to actually quantify the face value of the leaders in Gujarat. Not only in Gujarat, we have done that in earlier elections as well, but for Gujarat, this is the first time. Within Gujarat, the face value of leaders, we'll start with 2017. The face value of the Prime Minister of India, actually who has served for more than a decade in Gujarat as the Chief Minister. The face value in the year 2017, when the elections took place 5 years back, the face value of the Prime Minister was 70%. 70. The face value of Rahul Gandhi was 22% and others were 8. Now this was the face value which we have predicted through data science. That 70% was the face value of the Prime Minister of India for Gujarat, 22% for Rahul Gandhi, and 8% for others. Now, is there a dip or an increment to the face value when it comes to 2022 elections? There is some sort of a decrement, but not a significant one for the Prime Minister of India. The face value suggests that 68% is actually going to the Prime Minister of India. So there has been a dip when it comes to the face value of the Prime Minister within Gujarat, but the dip is not significant because when you see a politician who has been working for 2 to 3 decades only in Gujarat, and then after so much duration, if the face value still is 68%, which is just 2% less than 70, then it's not a significant decrement. Even Rahul Gandhi, instead of an increment, there has been a decrement. He was 22% when it comes to the face value in Gujarat. Now he is 16%. 13% goes to others. Now 3% goes to Arvind Kejriwal. So there has been an increment in others. Earlier it was 8% in the year 2017. In the year 2022, it is 13%. So 13% is the face value of the other leaders. This shows the rising importance of the regional leaders in Gujarat. It could be Hardik Patel, it could be Jignesh Mevani, it could be anyone. But there has been a rise in the regional political leaders. It also includes the Chief Minister of Gujarat as well. So 68% to the Prime Minister, 16% to Rahul Gandhi, 3% to Arvind Kejriwal, and 13% to the others is actually the current face value for all these leaders in the year 2022 in Gujarat. Now, when we measured all of the quadrillion data points, let us first discuss the data. What the data was. The means at a surface level, the important ones, the major ones. Every data point is important, but to actually at a layman terms to portray it to the others, the total eligible voters for the Gujarat scenario elections were 4 crores 90 lakh 89,765. Out of which these total eligible voters, the male people were 2 crores 53 lakh 36,610, and the females were 2 crores 37 lakh 51,738, and 1417 were actually for the third gender. So this is the scenario of the eligible voters for Gujarat. And between the year 18 to 19, there is approximately 4,61,000 voters. So that means 4,61,000 voters are an approximate value when it comes to the eligible voters in the age group of 18 to 19. Now, we all know the enthusiasm which these young leaders of India possess when it comes to vote. So out of this 4,61,000 approximate value, 2.68 lakhs are actually males and 1.93 are actually females within this age gap of 18 to 19. And as per our prediction, we also predicted for the new voters as well. Whoever are new voters, 96% of the new voters will vote for Gujarat state elections 2022, and differently abled are approximately 4 lakh in quantification, not rupees. Then we have discussed about some of the data points. There have been quadrillion data points which have been measured, but some of them have been discussed. Now, when it comes to the seats, when it comes to the important spice, number of seats which will be with the political parties on the 8th of this month, on the 8th of December. So, as per data science, we predict that BJP is going to get seats, means we are going to tell the median figure. It's 120 plus minus 6. So the range is 114 to 126 and the median figure is 120 for BJP. For Congress, the median figure actually is 54. We predicted that it is going to be 40 to 44, but how it came 54, we are going to tell you what the reason is behind it. But for Congress, the median figure is 54. That means the range is 40 to 68. For Congress, it's 40 to 68. For BJP, it's 114 to 126. So that makes the median figure of BJP 120 seats. That makes the median figure of Congress 54. Aam Aadmi Party is expected to gain 6 seats. And the others as a median figure, and the others are going to get 1 to 2 seat. 10 seats out of 182 Gujarat State Legislative Assembly seats are actually very skeptical in a sense. The difference is 1,000 votes. So 1000 votes, 800 votes, 900 votes is not a big difference to the state. Means definitely when we measured all of these data points up till 29th night. So 29th night, whatever results we are going to tell you is actually based on the calculations and evaluations which we have done up till 29th of November. And by that time, we are very sure with 99.99% accuracy that it's 114 to 126 for BJP. It's 40 to 68 for Congress, 6 seats as a median for Aam Aadmi Party, and 1 to 2 others. Now, out of these 10 seats, which are very skeptical, some of them could go to BJP, some of them could go to Congress, all of them could go to BJP, all of them could go to Congress. And some one or two can even spill in the receptacle of Aam Aadmi Party, especially in that Surat region, in the Saurashtra region. Now that is why, because of these 10 skeptical seats, the margin changes, because 1000 votes are quite less. The range 114 to 126, if all of those 10 seats go to BJP, it becomes 124 to 136. So this tilting nature has to be taken in account of when we are considering the predictions which are coming out, and what constituencies are actually skeptical, we'll discuss in this future as well. But keeping these 10 seats aside, wherever they will go, as of 29th November midnight, it's 120 median for BJP, 40 to 68 for Congress, 6 for AAP, and 1 to 2 for others. And then we also evaluated about the all over percentage of votes within Gujarat. It's 50% for BJP. That means out of every 100 voters, 50 voters are voting for BJP in Gujarat for this election. 35.4% precisely as voters are going to Congress. 11.6% of voters are going to the Aam Aadmi Party, and 3% voters are going to the others. So this is what, as per data science, is actually the all over percentage of votes for Gujarat, which will take place. Now we have also measured, means when we measure data science, we measure the emotional quotient as well. We measure the psychological behavior as well. The behavioral analysis is done. All of those features, measuring the state's emotion, the national feeling, and all of those stuffs have already been done. And measuring all of those things, even measuring the voter turnout, which was 68% in 2017, 71% in 2012, we have come up with these predictions. All the behavioral analysis, the mental analysis, the emotional analysis, everything has been measured. The psychological pyramids have also been measured for these Gujarat state elections. And measuring all those feelings, those behaviors, it is really means we have measured district wise voters as well. So Ahmedabad district is actually having the maximum voters, which is approximately 59.9 lakhs, whereas Dang's district is having the minimum number of voters, which is 1.93 lakhs. So we have measured voters each constituency wise. We have measured each person, and not only the people are limited to Gujarat. We have measured the population and the national feeling all over India, because that also has some or the other impact in Gujarat and all across the globe as well. Now we also measured some development words as well. We'll discuss it later on, because the Prime Minister went to Mana village, the Prime Minister went to Ayodhya, the Prime Minister went to Kedarnath, the Prime Minister interacted with Shramjeevi, the Prime Minister went to Kevadia. So there are all of these factors are working in some quantification to this elections, and these elections which are taking place are actually based on all of these factors, which we'll discuss in detail. Yeah, we also measured some important factors which are influencing this election of Gujarat. That included national security, that included state government's work, that included PM Modi's impact, that included the development and the opposition's work and face value. Out of all of these things, we have measured in quantification what impact do these stuffs have on Gujarat state elections. So let us discuss with national security. Out of all these, national security is having an impact of 38% on to the Gujarat elections. So 38%, it was 8%. And as soon as G20 summit took place, as soon as the global activity took place, the 30% actually increased to 30%. Such is the volatility of this national security. This tells you about the feeling. This tells you about the emotions of India as voters, which could change in a while. So national security from 8 jumped to 38. And 38% is actually the quantification of the impact which national security has on Gujarat elections. The state government's work is 20%. The Prime Minister's impact solely is 16% within these variables for the Gujarat election, because he is leading now the national thing. If it would have been the chief minister, the impact was far more than that. But now, since he is the national leader, when you compare all of these variables within the Gujarat state elections, the state government's work, which is grabbing 20% of it, and the prime minister's impact is 16%. The development is 20%, and the remaining percentage goes to the opposition's work, which they have done, and their face value. Now we are going to discuss about the seats, about the constituencies in detail, where the constituencies, which constituency is going to which political party, because we have measured 182. We need to discuss some. When you talk about Gandhidham seat, as per our data science, is going to BJP. BJP is expected to win this legislative assembly seat, making it +1 to the tally of BJP. And the answers, which actually have come with 99.99% accuracy. So this is actually bound to happen. And first we'll start with the seats which are going to the ruling party of the state, the Saffron party. So Gandhidham is expected to go to BJP by the end of 29th midnight. That means 30th morning. And then we talk about the Ghat Lodhia seat. Ghat Lodhia seat is actually going to BJP as per our data science, and these things are actually predicted in 0.004 seconds. This is the pace of our automated technology. Vatwa is also going to BJP. This constituency is going to BJP as per our data science, and the accuracy in it again was 99.99%, because the future inclination through our data science, which is backed by AI, is actually showing it towards the BJP candidate when it comes to Vatwa as of 29th. The Alice Pritch is going in BJP's receptacle. Naranpura is actually going to the Saffron party again, because we are discussing about the seats which will be taken by the Saffron party. And the other parties' candidates are actually, when we saw those graphs, we saw that they are swinging away from the voters. So the minds of all the voters are actually changing towards the Saffron party, especially when it comes to Naranpura. And the seat is showing a big boost in graph when measured for the ruling party, which is actually in total contradiction to what the other candidates are there. Nicole is actually going to BJP. And Naroda is also going to BJP. BJP is expected to capture this seat as per our predictions as of 29th midnight, which is 30th morning almost. And BJP is going to get a big boost here. Thakkar Bapa Nagar is going to BJP as well, with the average accuracy of 99.99%. The candidate is expected to win this. Amravati is going to with the Saffron party again, and Daryapur. So Daryapur is actually a very high profile seat. Daryapur is one of those skeptical seats where things could change in seconds. Forget about hours, forget about days, forget about weeks. We measured Daryapur on 29th of November, 4 p.m. IST, and that showed that this seat is going to end in the receptacle of BJP. BJP is going to take it if elections take place on that particular day, on that time. They showed this seat also showed some graphs of Congress candidate to win as well at some instances. And why this happened, we analyzed, and we found that this is due to the nota's presence, none of the above options present. Because of the emotional analysis, the behavioral analysis, and the sentimental analysis, the voters are actually inclined towards BJP, but the pro-BJP voters are actually going to vote to Nota, which is creating some scenario for the Congress candidate to sneak through in Daryapur. And that is why, because of it, this seat becomes little spicy, little shaky, little tentative, because of those natural BJP leaders actually swaying away from BJP. They are not going to vote for Congress, they are not going to vote for Aam Aadmi Party, but they are going to vote for Nota because they are pro-BJP voters, and they are having some resentment when it comes to the candidature. The smartest of our graphs showed BJP's candidate to be winning as per our data science, but this is very skeptical seat. The only way where Congress could win this is because of the resentments, the anger which the pro-BJP voters have, especially when it comes to Daryapur. Then the Kevadia seat comes. Kevadia seat, the region actually gained the national importance after the arrival of the UN chief there, and his arrival and the PM speech there actually has a big impact, not only in Kevadia but in all over Gujarat. We believe when we did all of the data science, these factors of importance of Gujarat state, within the nation and all across the globe. The importance of development, the environment friendly policies of the government, the introduction of mission life. These are the things which are actually boosting up not only this seat but the all over Gujarat. It is one of those special seats where things done are actually making an impact in all over Gujarat and the nation. And BJP seems to gain 1.6%. 1.6% is a big number. BJP seems to gain 1.6% of votes all over Gujarat just by the recent functions which took place of national importance in Gujarat's Kevadia, which is actually helping BJP all over the state. Kevadia, including Kevadia, of course, being its epicenter. Maninagar, BJP is surely going to win this seat. As the analysis done means we have measured each second of the leader's trip, we have measured each word of the leader's speech, each rupee of the leader's declaration as investments, etc. And after minutely observing, we found that Maninagar seat, as others, have an impact of each second of the influence of leaders on their trips. So, of course, the Mana village in Uttarakhand, there has been some declaration there by the Prime Minister. We'll tell you later on. The Deepotsav in Ayodhya, the Rajabhishek in Ayodhya, and the divine words which the Prime Minister said during those speech, during those days, and during those speeches. The G20 summit. The list is endless, and all of it is having an impact in the seat of Maninagar. Sabarmati, BJP is expected to win this legislative assembly seat again, and the accuracy which is arrived in is 99.99. Asarwa, the results here again shows that BJP candidate is going to win. Through means the graphs are inclined towards BJP, and the answer which we are receiving is actually with an accuracy of 99.99%. Again, throughout our predictions, Daskroi is expected to go in BJP. Jamnagar North, where India's star cricketer Ravindra Jadeja's wife is fighting with BJP. She is going to win this seat, and we came up with some very specific observations in the seat of Jamnagar North. There was investment done of 5860 crores in Rajkot. Rajkot had an investment of 5860 crores by the Prime Minister, and that has an impact of 90.6 kilometers region. I mean, the region situated 90.6 kilometers away from Rajkot, which is Jamnagar North MLA constituency. It is that investment done in Rajkot is actually having an impact almost 100 kilometers away on this Jamnagar North seat, as its sole investment increases the vote percentage of 0.2% of the BJP candidate when it comes to Jamnagar North. So there's a sure success for Rivaba Jadeja, who is actually the candidate of BJP in Jamnagar North. Similarly, the graph shows boost for either seat for BJP party. The Rajkot rural, actually, we have always seen that rural areas are not a big supporter of BJP. They generally shift towards Congress. They generally shift towards the other independent candidates as well, distributing their votes as well at times. But Rajkot rural as of 29 was going towards BJP as well. Then Mandvi is also means amongst a lot. This constituency is also going to end up with BJP. Now, when you talk about the analysis done, we will discuss about the analysis. The analysis is done caste wise as well, subcaste wise as well, religion wise. Of course, the analysis takes place category wise as well. So, if we give an example of Dholka Assembly constituency is one in 182 seats of Gujarat, and it is situated in Ahmedabad district, means when you talk about the SC voters, the ST voters, the Muslim voters, the rural, the urban, the total number of voters, the total number of polling booths, the voters turnout in the previous elections, in the previous national elections, the voters turnout in the previous state legislative assembly elections, and then we measure about the community people as per the community as well. What is the voter count of Gujarati? What is the voting percentage of Thakur, of Parmar, Makwana, Vagela, Chauhan, Muslim, Rathor, Bharwad, Vagari, Dabi, Prajapati, Gohil, Jadhav? The list is endless. These are the things which we measure in quantification as well. Means the list is so Rana, Chawada, Rawal, Patel, Pathan, Malik, Mansoori. The list is completely endless. You just can't go through it. So these are the things which are measured in quantification amongst those more than a quadrillion points, 10 to the power 15 data points which we measured. Now we are also going to discuss about the hot seats. Hot seats are actually the seats which we have named because these seats are within an account to tilt. They can tilt here, they can tilt there because of their high volatility nature. They are highly volatile, and because they are highly volatile, the voters, because of their emotional quotient, can swing away from the voters, from the candidates, especially of the parties within these hot seats. So there are lots of ifs and buts when it comes to these hot seats, and we are going to discuss it ahead in this video. Daryapur was one which we have discussed. Bapu Nagar, this seat is very skeptical as it has a lot of situations to account for. As per our analysis, Aam Aadmi Party will surely cut BJP's vote share. Now, we have always been through the Gujarat state elections and we know that Aam Aadmi Party is actually creating problem to Congress. But when it comes to Bapu Nagar, Aam Aadmi Party is going to cut BJP's vote share for this legislative assembly seat. In the last elections, when we see the history, Congress had a very scratchy win in this Bapu Nagar seat. They won with a meager margin of 2817 votes. This time, Aam Aadmi Party is not actually cutting only the votes of Congress, but for this seat, it is cutting the votes of BJP to a significant extent, which is aggressively tilting, the graph towards Congress, because BJP's vote share is going to shift towards Aam Aadmi Party to a significant extent. Now, the AAP intervention is going to create a lot of troubles for two political giants for this seat fighting for the Gujarat state elections, because there has been an aggressive tilting of graphs when Aam Aadmi candidate is introduced in our evaluation. And it is for Aam Aadmi Party is actually cutting BJP's vote for this seat and not of Congress to that extent. So this Bapu Nagar seat remains as a hot seat. Jamalpur Khadia, this seat is going to end up with Congress. So now we are actually shifting our focus towards the other parties as well. Where are they getting seats? So Jamalpur Khadia is going to shift to Congress. The seat forms the BJP candidate as winner only in one circumstance for this particular seat, Jamalpur Khadia. There has to be a distribution of 40,000 Muslim votes here. 40,000 Muslim votes, when divided between Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and others, is actually going to be the only reason why BJP's candidates sneak through Jamalpur Khadia, or else it's going to be Congress here. Dholka seat, there was a huge agony for this Dholka seat when it comes to the BJP MLA. There was a huge protest for the candidate here, and BJP, as per our data science, can lose this seat if the current MLA was repeated. Maybe BJP had some theoretical sense of it, if not as per data science, and BJP changed the face of the candidate, which reduced the candidature agony. But still this remains a hot seat as per our data science, as the nature is very hot and shiftable for the Dholka seat. Now we come to Viramgam seat, as the name suggests, it's quite skeptical, especially for this seat. It remains a hot seat, but it shows that means Hardik Patel can win from BJP's state legislative assembly seat of Viramgam. Why this remains as a hot seat is because from the last two elections, means if elections take place today, Hardik Patel is going to win this for sure. But Congress has been winning this seat for the last, means in the previous last two state elections. It's been 10 years with the Congress candidate sitting on this MLA seat. But Hardik Patel is surely winning the seat as per 29th midnight. But the nervy nature of this seat actually still remains in contention of parting its way with the candidate soon, making it a hot seat for the coming state elections. We talk about Kadi. This seat is a hot seat because it replicates the shakiness of voters present, and which can swing away from the candidate soon. This volatility is so high. Maybe this is the reason why Kadi has been shifted to a hot seat, because of high volatility, high nature of being a pendulum. And this data science conveys it to be having some recognizable peak in terms of being skeptical, and that is why Kadi still remains a hot seat. In Limdi, there is a neck-to-neck fight. But with the neck-to-neck fight, there's also a huge graph in showing high volatility as well. So Limdi remains a hot seat for us. And Dhandhuka seat is currently going to in the lap of Congress, but it is highly volatile. with meager votes, with the difference in votes was 5814 when Congress won this seat last time, and the same image could be seen here as well. The difference is not going to be big, and because of the volatile nature, the seat can even bounce back to the BJP because of the volatile nature. But that volatility has to be controlled within few hours left before the elections. This is what Dhanduka seat shows to us as per data science. So it's very volatile. It's going in the Congress hand as per 29th midnight. But if volatility is controlled within few hours of the elections, it can even go onto the lap of BJP candidate. Now we discuss about the intervention of the new political party, which only fought 29 seats in the previous election. All of those 29 seats, they weren't able to even get their deposits back. Such was the case. But because of their strong introduction in Gujarat state, Aam Aadmi Party has come up with many faces as per data science. What are those faces? Let us see. North Gujarat and Central Gujarat are actually giving nothing to the Aam Aadmi Party, almost. And this is where the problem starts. North Gujarat says 0, Central Gujarat says 0 for the Aam Aadmi Party as per data science. They can get 1 or 2 from somewhere if the votes swing in the hot seats, having the skeptical nature. But apart from it, there's a huge tension for Aam Aadmi Party in North Gujarat and Central Gujarat, though they will be happy because they are getting some vote percentage in a new territory. But when it comes to South Gujarat, Surat, Saurashtra, Aam Aadmi Party is actually creating some crops for them in this region. Varsha Road, Surat East, Rajkot South, Olpad, Kamrej. These are the constituencies which show Aam Aadmi Party to showcase some magical spell there. And it is also going to cut BJP's vote share in that seat of Katargam. Though Karanj is a seat which BJP is going to win if elections take place on 29th. But BJP's vote share to a significant extent is going to be reduced for the seat of Katargam. Now we have discussed about Aam Aadmi Party, we have discussed about Congress, we have discussed about BJP, we have discussed about Muslim factors, we have discussed about Gujarat all over vote percentage, we have discussed about the national security aspect, about the Prime Minister's impact, about the state government's work, and about the opposition's work, about the face value of the leaders, about the opposition's face value. We have discussed a lot of things. But at the end, what the results say? There is a lot of gloominess for Congress in this election because they were almost on the verge of cracking through Gujarat in the previous election because of the strong protest of Patidars. But now that there's no sign of a huge impact of any of the Patidar, or when you talk about the impact of Patidars in all over Gujarat. But there's still some lightings for Congress in few regions. Where are they coming from? So when they are coming from, actually from Jethpur. This is a very significant prediction from data science. Jethpur is an MLA seat within the protest of Patidars. BJP won it in 2017 with a huge margin of 25,505 votes. Amidst all over nervy win, BJP was having a nervy win all over. They just got somehow 99 seats and cracked through Gujarat state elections the last time. But even after that, Jethpur was a seat where a BJP candidate won by a huge margin of 25,505 in the year 2017. But as of now, for today, in Jethpur, there is a huge candidates protest. And if elections take place on 29th, if elections would have taken place on 29th midnight, Congress would win due to BJP's individual protest, BJP's candidates' individual protest. Can BJP control that? If not, then Jethpur could go to Congress, even being a BJP's safe seat as per our data science. Kalawad, it went to Congress in the year 2017 with a margin of 33,595 votes. It went to BJP in 2012 with a margin of 6119. But this margin seems to be leaving some positive impact in Congress' favor if elections take place on 29th Kalawad seat. Vadgam, this seat is currently going to go in the baggage of Congress with Jignesh Mevani as the candidate. Though the coil of the voters could spill into AAP as well. But even after that, as of now, until and unless spilling is vigorous, a huge spilling takes place. Up till means if that is not happening, then the Congress stands tall here with the backward community increasing the graph of the candidate of Congress in Vadgam seat, where Jignesh Mevani is fighting, a very high profile seat. With it, there is a special seat named as Jagadia. Up till 1985, Congress was winning Jagadia right from scratch. Then since then on, there's been a 6 times MLA from JDU, a 1 time MLA from PTP for this region, but this time it is again Jagadia going to end up with the JDU candidate. It is going to end up with JDU if the elections take place on 29th midnight. Now Congress is going to win Vyara, it is going to win Mahuda, it is going to win Bhiloda, it is going to win Borsar, and this Borsar, Biloda, Mahuda, Vyara are surely going to end up with Congress as of data science. Dani Linda is a very high profile seat where Hindutva is not working. Hindutva is working all over Gujarat, but there are very few specific seats where Hindutva is not working as of 29th, and Dani Linda is one seat, and hence Congress will win here, including Jazdan as well this time. Jazdan is also a seat, MLA seat in Gujarat. Anklav, Garbada, Khed Brahma, Danta, Dhoraji, also being crucial seats for Congress, are showing a nature of peaks for Congress when it comes to the graphs. So these are the seats which are going to be crucial and could end up in the receptacle, in the baggage, in the pockets of the Congress candidates. There's a special thing which you have to note. Khed Brahma, Danta, Jazdan, Dhoraji. These show winning nature for BJP only during bypolls. The emotional quotient says that this is because of the positive influence of the government, of the state government being in power. So the Khed Brahma, Danta, Jazdan, Dhoraji show winning nature for BJP only during bypolls when they are sure enough that there is some state power in the state government. And when you talk about the heart of Gujarat, the central Gujarat consists of 61 seats. Out of those 61 seats, when you talk about the voter percentage, as per data science, 51% is going to BJP, 40% is going to Congress, 4% is going to the Aam Aadmi Party, and 5% to the others. And out of this 61 seats, with all of the future predictions of the voters for central Gujarat, 40 seats are going to end up with BJP, 19 seats are going to end up with Congress, 0 to the Aam Aadmi Party, and 2 will go to the others. So these were actually the predictions of the seats of Gujarat. Now, since we measured each word of the speech of the leader, we measured each second of the leader's speech. We'll also discuss about the words which have an impact as a unit and as a whole on to the elections of Gujarat as well. So we'll start with the Mana village. Mana village is a village on border for India. It is in Uttarakhand. The Prime Minister of India went there and declared a project. It means many projects were laid as foundation stones in the Mana village, and the quantification of it was 3400 crores. So 3400 crores project was laid in Mana village by the Prime Minister. Now based on that, and he also gave a speech of 39 minutes 24 seconds. Now based on that, we have found out, we as a team utilized all of our software and equations to find out what each second has to do with each constituency. So 3400 crore investment done in Mana village, 39 minute 24 second speech laid by the Prime Minister in Mana village has some impact on the constituency. So we divided each word of the speech. The words were, the Prime Minister in the Mana village said, Jai Badri Vishal, Jai Baba Kedar, early in the beginning. So Jai Badri Vishal he said 3 times, Jai Baba Kedar he said 3 times in the beginning of the speech. And then again, he used the word Badri Vishal 7 times, he used the word Baba Kedar 10 times, he used the word Hemkund Sahib 4 times, he used the word Guru Granth Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev 2 times, he used Ayodhya word once, Ram Mandir word once, Ma Kalika temple once, Devi Vidyanchal word once, and Bharat Mata Ki Jai was actually announced by the Prime Minister in his speech in Mana village 3 times. He also said Jai Badri Vishal, Jai Baba Kedar, three times each at the end as well and in the beginning. So this is how the data is broken. The Prime Minister in the Mana village made an investment of 3400 crores, spoke for about 39 minutes 24 seconds, and we evaluated each word of the Prime Minister, which we also did for his interaction with the Shamjivis in Kedarnath, his inspection of the various development works at Mandakini, Ashtapad, and the other places in Kedarnath as well. The Prime Minister went to Ayodhya, did Rajyabhishek of Bhagwan Sri Ram Ji, and he spoke for about 18 minutes 13 seconds. Now, out of that speech, for about 18 minutes 13 seconds, he spoke Jai Shri Ram 2 times early in the beginning. He actually at the end said Siyavar Ramchandra ji ki Jai Siyavar Ramchandra ki Jai 3 times at the end, Jai Shri Ram 2 times in the beginning. He actually iterated the word Shri Ram and Raja Ram 41 times within that speech of 18 minutes and 13 seconds. He said Ma Sita once, he said Lakshman once, Ayodhya 17 times, Kashi Vishwanath Dham once, Kedarnath once, Mahakal once. So this quantification of each word has some of the other impact in each constituency. By how much percent, we'll tell you soon. The Prime Minister also went to the Deepotsav in Ayodhya. He spoke for about 11 minutes 33 seconds. In that Deepotsav in Ayodhya, he said he announced Siyavar Ramchandra ki Jai 3 times in the beginning. He announced Siyavar Ramchandra ji ki Jai 3 times at the end. He said the word Ram 9 times. He said the word Ayodhya 4 times. He said the word Deep 29 times in a speech in the Deepotsav in Ayodhya, where he spoke for about 11 minutes 33 seconds. And the Deep 29 times is actually in sync with the word Jyoti as well. So Jyoti is also incorporated within Deep. He also went to Kargil to interact with the army, spoke there for about 19 minutes 4 seconds during the speech. He also went to the G20 summit in Bali, where he gave a speech of 4 minutes 53 seconds. He mentioned the presidency of G20 summit off to India 4 times in his speech, the role of women 1 time, the technology 1 time. So he has done that on different occasions. What different occasions he has used the word technology, he has used the word role of women on different occasions. When he has used, up till which duration he has used, how many times he has used, to whom he has used, is something which we have measured in a big sack of quadrillion, more than 1 quadrillion data points. His speech, his video of 17 seconds with the President of America, his bilateral meetings with the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak of UK, PM Anthony Albanese of Australia, PM Giorgia Meloni of Italy, Chancellor Olaf Scholz of Germany, President Macron of France, PM Lee Hsien Loong of Singapore. His high profile meetings also have some of the other impact in quantification to Gujarat. We also captured his visit in Gujarat within the duration of 19th to 20th October, where he dedicated and laid the foundation stones of projects of worth around 15,670 crores. Now, at around 9:45 a.m. on 19th of October, the Prime Minister first inaugurated the first Defence Expo at Mahatma Mandir Convention and Exhibition Centre, Gandhinagar. Now, these had the Indian companies having Make in India defense structures. It was first of a kind to be comprising of the Indian companies having Make in India defense structure. This is one thing. The other thing is that he gave a speech of 34 minutes 50 seconds there. Said about development, said about industrial capacity, said about Make in India, about Law Purush Sardar Patel, about the MSMEs, discussed about more than 100 startups which have been launched recently, discussed about 450 MOUs, discussed about the agreements being signed. There were numerous things discussed in his speech of 34 minutes 50 seconds. At 12 noon, he actually went to the Trimandir. When he went to the Trimandir, he launched mission schools of excellence at Trimandir Adalaj. When he went there and launched the mission schools of excellence, he gave a speech of exact 24 minutes 52 seconds. So these are the data points which we have captured. How come the data points reached more than 1 quadrillion? Is because we have measured each word, is because we have measured each second of the trip. And when he went to Adalaj, the Prime Minister, he spoke for exact 24 minutes 52 seconds. And in the total outlay of 10,000 crores of rupees of investment, the project of worth around 4260 crores were launched. Currently, he also discussed about the 1 crore students and the 4 lakh teachers giving the online attendance, the entrance of 20,000 schools into the 5G technology which is going to take place, the creation of 50,000 new classrooms. He also discussed about 1 lakh smart classrooms. So these are the things which he discussed. Each declaration has some impact on each constituency of Gujarat. Then he went to Junagadh, where he spoke for about 41 minutes 40 seconds, chanted Bharat Mata Ki Jai 2 times, mentioned crowd 3 times, which included the specific mention to females, girls and women. He went to Junagadh, he declared about projects worth 3580 crores. He also declared Junagadh, Gir Somnath and Porbandar as the tourism capital of Gujarat. He said that the projects being launched will create huge opportunities for employment and self-employment. This also employment declaration has some of the other influence in the Gujarat state elections as per constituencies. When it comes to the Indian Urban Housing Conclave 2022, where he dedicated and laid the foundation stone of multiple key projects in Rajkot later on. In Rajkot, as we have discussed earlier, he invested in 5860 crores. Water supply project, Morbi bulk pipeline project, regional science center, flyover bridges, and other projects of roads. 6 lanes from 4 lane being formed of Rajkot Gondal Jethpur section of NH27 in Gujarat. GID industrial estates of around 2950 crores. These are the investments done. So these are the data points for us. Amul fed dairy plant at Gadka, indoor sports complex in Rajkot, 2 water supply projects, and other railway and road projects. He also inaugurated Indian Urban Housing Conclave 2022 in Rajkot, dedicated over 1100 houses constructed under Lighthouse project to beneficiaries, and he gave a speech of 25 minutes 28 seconds in Rajkot. And the next day, he launched the Mission of Life, which is Lifestyle for Environment at Kevadia, which we already discussed how Kevadia became a stature for the national importance and has an impact on the overall Gujarat. We saw that he gave a speech of 17 minutes 15 seconds in Kevadia, where there were congratulatory messages sent from the President of Argentina, from the Estonia Prime Minister, from the France President, from the Georgia Prime Minister, from the Guyana President, from the Madagascar President, from the Maldives President, from the Mauritius PM, the Nepal PM, and the UK PM, which was then Elizabeth Truss. These things have some of the other impact on the elections as well, which we measured during his speech in Kevadia, which also included the duration of 17 minutes 15 seconds approx. The Statue of Unity, where the UN chief went, and of course PM's speech in Viara, where he said Bharat Mata Ki Jai 2 times in the beginning, 3 times in the end, spoke for about 32 minutes 49 seconds, and of course the unfortunate Morbi incident which took place. All of those multiple things, when you talk about more than 1 quadrillion data points, we can sit for 1 year and can discuss about that. But these are some specific data points out of those which we incorporated specifically in the equations out of all the lot which we have done. Now, what that has an impact, how the results came out, it is very specific to know. Out of all the constituencies, we have measured what each word has an impact, a positive impact and a negative impact. And then we evaluated for each candidate that this word has a positive impact, this word has a negative impact, this word has a positive impact, this word has a negative impact. Out of the total, what is the total impact for each candidate in each constituency for BJP? For each candidate in each constituency for Congress, for each candidate in each constituency for Aam Aadmi Party, and for the independents one for the AIMIM as well, since we had to evaluate the Muslim factor as well. So after measuring each word, what we found was something which was immense. But we will discuss 4 to 5 seats which are very specific related to to the data points which we just mentioned. Maninagar seat is expected to have a rise of 0.4 percentage of votes to BJP due to the speech of the Prime Minister during Rajyabhishek of Bhagwan Shri Ram in Ayodhya. Bhagwan Shri Ramji in Ayodhya had a Rajyabhishek where the Prime Minister of India spoke for about 18 minutes 13 seconds, and that speech is enough for the candidate of Maninagar to get a rise of 0.4 percentage of votes in the elections of Gujarat. Now, out of those 18 minutes 13 seconds, how did we come across that it was 0.4% throughout the speech? There would be some of the other importance of each word within the speech. What was that? We found that each second of the speech of the Prime Minister had an impact of 0.00037% on the seat of Maninagar. So for each second of his speech, there was an impact far away onto the Gujarat MLA seat of Maninagar, where the vote percentage was increasing by 0.00037%. Now 0.4% increment which came to this seat due to the Prime Minister's speech in Ayodhya was 0.4%, means the 50% of it, which is 0.2%, came with just 2 words. One word was Siyavar Ramchandra Ji Ki Jai, which was said 3 times at the end. And the other word was Sri Ram Rajaram, which was said 41 times. When you evaluate this, you find out that as a unit, it is alone sufficient to get an increment of 0.2 percentage of voters for the BJP candidate in Maninagar. The rest 50% of 0.4, which is 0.2%, came from the word Ma Sita, which was said once, Lakshman, which was said once, came from the word Ayodhya, which was said 17 times, came from the word Kashi Vishwanath Dham, which was said once, came from the word Kedarnath, which was said once, Mahakal once, and Jai Shri Ram 2 times early in the beginning. Not only there are multiple things. You have to evaluate each word on different occasions. Then as a whole you come up by totaling that what is actually the current status, the future of the candidate, by grasping the current status and the history and other stuffs as well. We find that not only 0.4%, PM laid foundation far away in the village in Uttarakhand in Mana, which was around 3400 crores. Now that investment actually, and also he spoke there for a while. The duration is also, we have discussed about the duration. He spoke for about 39 minutes 24 seconds. Now that increased the vote percentage for the BJP candidate in Maninagar only by 0.3%. We have done that for all the 182 constituencies, but we are discussing very special constituencies. 0.3% was an increment of votes for BJP because of the Prime Minister laying the foundation stones in Mana village, which is in Uttarakhand, and giving a speech of 39 minutes 24 seconds approx. Now 0.3% vote percentage actually could be a breakage of 3400 crores investment and the speech, because these were the two things done. Out of these 0.3% increment, what each thing has an impact. So that means that Prime Minister launched 3400 crores projects. He gave a speech of 39 minutes 24 seconds. 0.3% votes increased because of these two things. Now for one particular thing, when he has introduced 3400, what that particular thing has an impact out of 0.3% increment. When he is saying a speech of 39 minutes 24 seconds, what each word has an impact out of the 0.3% as a whole, which got increased due to the Prime Minister's visit in Mana. Now we have evaluated that. 0.18% out of 0.30 came actually only due to the 3400 crore rupees investment declaration in Mana. The rest of the 0.12% actually came from his speech, which was for about 39 minutes 24 seconds. So that means that the Prime Minister's speech of 40 minutes was actually totally means it had an impact of something around 2400 to 2000 crores. The kind of impact which it had. So investing 3400 crores or investing the Prime Minister's speech is almost same. Not almost, but actually 60%, 60 to 65% same. Now out of the 0.12%, we got 0.3% as a whole increment because of the Prime Minister's visit and his declaration in Mana. 0.3% is broken into two parts, which is 0.18, 0.12. 0.18 percentage increment is due to the investments done of 3400 crores, and 0.12 increment is due to the speech by the Prime Minister, which is 39 minutes 24 seconds. Now the increment in 0.12% is because of the speech. Within the speech there are words. For each word, what is the increment? We found out. Now the increment of 0.12% through speech was actually because of the 3 times declaration of Jai Badri Vishal and Jai Baba Kedar early in the beginning of the speech by the Prime Minister. As soon as he did that, 0.02% of votes increased in the seat of Maninagar, situating a long distance away from Mana village. At the end, when he said Jai Badri Vishal, Jai Baba Kedar, 0.02% votes again increased in Maninagar. He said 7 times Badri Vishal, 10 times Baba Kedar, 4 times Hemkund Sahib. We have discussed that. Ayodhya once, Ram Mandir once, and Guru Granth Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev 2 times. Now these words in combination increased 0.06% of votes for the candidate in Maninagar seat. When you talk about Ma Kalika temple, when you talk about the Devi Vidyanchal, he also discussed about Ma Kalika temple once, Devi Vidyanchal once, and said Bharat Mata Ki Jai 3 times. These 3 words spoken 5 times as cumulative figure increased 0.0016 percentage of votes for the BJP candidate, and rest of the 0.0184 percentage came from other words of his speech. So 0.02, 0.02, 0.006, 0.06 and 0.0016, and this the rest of the percentage, when you will add, it will become 0.2. So that means out of it will become 0.12 precisely, 0.12. So out of this, when you evaluate, when you total, you will find that each word has some or the other increment in votes, and in total, as a speech of 39 minutes 24 seconds, the increment is 0.12%. So we have broken down the influence of each word of a speech in quantification to each constituency of each candidate in Gujarat. And with that, we also measured the Deepotsav. We are discussing about the Maninagar seat only at a very surface level. This is how the complexity is when you evaluate data science. 0.3% of the vote for this BJP candidate in Maninagar increased due to PM Modi ji's speech in Deepotsav in Ayodhya, where he spoke for about 11 minutes 33 seconds. When he spoke about 11 minutes 33 seconds, approximately 0.3 percentage of votes increased for the BJP candidate in Maninagar. And in his speech of 11 minutes 33 seconds, he said Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai 3 times in the beginning. He said Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai 3 times at the end. Now, when he said in the beginning, it increased the vote of that candidate in Gujarat by 0.12%. When he said Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai 3 times at the end, it increased the vote percentage of the candidate in Gujarat of BJP in Maninagar by 0.11%. When he said Ram, which he said 9 times during his speech, it increased the votes of the candidate of BJP in Maninagar by 0.02%. Similarly, when he said 4 times Ayodhya, it increased the vote percentage by 0.01%. And when he said the word Deep, which has Jyoti word included in it, 29 times, that has an impact of 0.036% increment in votes for the BJP candidate in Maninagar. This is how the breakage is done for the words. So this is how we have explained how the breakage is done when we evaluate. So that is why means when you say about more than 1 quadrillion points, that is a very small amount for us. When we evaluate, though we are very significant enough to even deal with 2 data points as well. So we are very flexible when it comes to multiple quadrillion data points, and when it comes to 1 or 2 data points as well. Now we discuss about the Jamnagar North, which we have already discussed. An investment of 5860 crores in Rajkot had an impact of 0.2% of votes in increment to the BJP candidate, who is Rivava Jadeja in Jamnagar North. Morbi, that unfortunate incident which caused multiple deaths and injuries in Morbi due to the pedestrian suspension bridge falling off. BJP is going to lose a vote share of 4% in this seat just because of that bridge falling. Yes, the Prime Minister came to visit. He tried to inaugurate all of the steps to for the safety of the people. But even after that, there is still a vote share of 4% being lost just for this constituency of Morbi. Means when you talk about Morbi and all of the region covering Morbi, specifically Morbi, where the bridge fall, it's going to be 4% vote share loss for BJP. And we also measured out the G20 summit, where the Prime Minister gave a speech of about 4 minutes 53 seconds, and that 17 seconds of him meeting Joe Biden, and means the leader of the nation India meeting the UK national head, the Australia, Italy, Germany, France, Singapore. This we evaluated everything. And then we found, which we have discussed earlier as well, that national security, which was 8%, due to this G20 summit and overall things, where he spoke for about in G20 for about 4 minutes 53 seconds, where he mentioned G20 summit presidency going to India 4 times, where he mentioned role of women once, technology once. That increased the national security topic in Gujarat from 30%. From 8% to 38%. So the increment was for 30%. So the 8% impact of national security in Gujarat elections rose up till 38% just because of the G20 summits and its subsidiaries done. Then of course we have discussed about the impact of the Prime Minister, the state government's work, the development, and about the opposition work. When you talk about the development, the Rajkot investment, the mission schools of excellence at Tri Mandir, where the Prime Minister spoke for about 24 minutes 52 seconds, the 3580 crores in Junagadh, the 4260 crores at Tri Mandir. These are the things which include in that endless list of development. And of course the PM speech at Kevadia, which had an overall impact of 1.6% of votes in favor of BJP. This is what tells to some extent of what we evaluate as part of data science. So we end up here. We evaluated a quadrillion data points. So any stretch of video formed, any means for the duration which is video formed, is actually kept aside when we talk about the quadrillion, more than a quadrillion data points being measured. When you measure more than 10 to the power 15 data points, video could be stretched throughout lifetime. But we did that, and we evaluated results in 0.004 seconds. That is what our softwares and our tech lies in, which will surely help us in future as well, and which is helping us to achieve our divine goals. And with it, we come to a closure of Gujarat state election. This is what we predict. 10 seats are, of course, in swing. It could sway away. It could swing from any lane to any. It could swing to BJP. It could swing to Congress. Some of them could spill into Aam Aadmi Party as well. But we need to figure out where it goes, because that changes the median figure to some extent. That changes the cycle to some extent in the Gujarat state elections. So by the time you guys stay tuned, we'll keep on discussing our project, because we are doing numerous projects for the nation and for the world as well as a unit, and we'll keep discussing that through the social media and the other platforms available. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you.